Ida, it's great to have you here. Why don't you tell us a little bit more about how did you get into this nice combination of Eastern and Western approaches in your treatment?
Sure. Well, I mean, the Western approach started because of my profession and my passion for mental health. I knew when I started college that I definitely wanted to go the path of psychology, and I couldn't get enough information in. And I had a lot of good mentors along the way that taught me to not get stuck on just psychology, but learn more collective and cultural aspects, which I'm also very intrigued by in general. So I also added sociology, cultural anthropology to help just understand our humanity as an individual, as a collective, as a society, as a person, as a culture, with just all these different angles that shape us. Mm-hmm. And in my personal life, I've always been very spiritually inclined. I've had an upbringing with multiple belief systems, predominantly a Muslim household. Mm-hmm. My mom became Baha'i. There was also a lot of mysticism in the household as well, like the Sufi and Rumi teachings. Uh-huh. You know, the Iranians, that's one of our like pride and joy, Rumi and his poetry and his grace that he brought to us with his love, you know, like the love in his poetry that he talks about, as well as Native American mysticism, the teachings of Carlos Castaneda. Uh-huh. And, you know, these books were in Farsi. My family was learning this, and I was just constantly being exposed to this information. So I was on this spiritual journey of like, well, what's true, what's right, and studying all of those beliefs, Native American mysticism, New Age, you know, the universe and everything like that, and mindfulness and Abrahamic religions, just kind of seeking truth. You know, what's that universal piece that's connecting it all together, right? And when I went to therapy myself, I just remembered spirituality really wasn't part of that empirical conversation. It wasn't part of that research-based conversation. It wasn't part of that therapeutic conversation. I was like, oh man, this is really missing. Yeah. And so when research hit a wall, when evidence-based practice hit a wall, when theoretical approaches hit a wall, which is like, okay, I can only take you so far with the tools that I have. And then got to medicate you. And then you have to have a higher level of care because all you're going to do is cycle back to step one. I was like, what is this missing piece? It's spirit. It's spirit. We're not bringing enough spirit into the psyche. And that's where I think you and I really connected, because that, I think, is your approach, right? And absolutely. Very much with the Jungian teachings, which I didn't delve too deeply into. I brought other aspects into my methods and my approach. But I think we're all landing on the same thing.
Absolutely. And I think it's the same thing that connects all theories together. Ken Wilber is one of the known current philosophers that he has written extensively about integrative approaches to even psychology and spirituality. Mm-hmm. We are living the same life, but maybe each one of us are looking at it from own perspective. Talking about Jung, actually, he was the first Western psychiatrist that brought the Eastern teachings into the Western approaches. And that was the beginning of his separation from Freud, because before then he was Freud's right hand. Mm-hmm. And then he started saying that, you know what, this is great, but I cannot content with just sexuality being everything. And I think spirituality and other cravings and longings are also playing a big role. And that's why Freud didn't like it, and he didn't want to go the route that we are talking about right now.